first of all, please allow me to use English because I'm an English teacher and it's very natural, okay? But then if I make any mistake, okay, please forgive me as well. Okay, now I would like to start by asking a question. Why are you here? Why weren't you here yesterday? You were too busy? Or maybe because the topics yesterday, okay, didn't really, attract you. Or maybe you are very interested in learning about flipped classroom, right? So you may have come, here for, a variety of different reasons. But that's okay, right? Since I don't have a lot of time, we'll just, get started. Okay, my title is called Flipping My Classroom, a new alternative, to teaching and learning. Now I'm sure this is very self-explanatory, to people. But how do we flip the classroom? Does everybody have to flip their classrooms? What about English teachers, like language teachers, right? What's the possibility, and is it necessary to really flip a language, class? Now, I started, flipping my classroom this semester. I have to be very honest with you, okay? It has not really worked that well, in my case. And then later on, I'm going to share with you, about why. Okay, so let's just So let's just get started, okay? All right, very quickly, this is my presentation outline, okay? I will first, define what flipped classroom is, and then followed by a one page on connecting the flipped classroom approach, with Bloom's taxonomy, right? And then I will talk about something I found on the internet, okay? And then you will get all these resources in this PowerPoint slide. Okay, 7 things that you should know about flipping classrooms, okay? And I raised 5 questions for teachers to think about, whether it is necessary for you to flip, your classroom. All right, and then, and then I will talk about, my own experiment, and then, how I explore my own, FC experience. And then finally, if we have time, I can do a teaching demo. All right, so I guess, the control is here? Okay, all right, good. So, so I guess, how many people are aware of flipped classroom? What does it mean? Yes? Okay, can you give me 3 key features for, flipped classroom? Yes? Mr. Professor Young? What do people do in a flipped classroom? What does the teacher do? In the classroom.
Okay. Exchange views, questions and answers.
Okay.
Instead of lecturing.
Okay, all right. So I think Professor Yang just pointed out, one very key important factor, key important, feature for flipped classroom. Instead of having a teacher doing all the lecturing, in the classroom, you will have the students listen to the lecture, at home, and then when students, come to the classroom, the teacher will design different kinds of classroom activities to allow students to learn from their peers, to better understand the concept that they learned on the PowerPoint slides, in your lecture the night before. And then, it will also serve as an opportunity for students to really put theory to practice. So if it is about a certain concept, then students can work on a worksheet, designed by the teacher, so that they can learn, more about how to put this theory to practice. And then learners, of course, learn from each other. And there's a lot of advantages for a flipped classroom. So if we take a look at here, what is the flipped classroom? It inverts traditional teaching methods, delivering instructions online, outside of the class, and then moving homework into the classroom. Well, why don't we just have students do their homework at home? Because that's the meaning of the word, homework. They do it at home. So what's the point of the moving the homework, the students' assignments into the classroom? Can you think of a reason why, Eva?
I don't know, maybe this is the next generation. So usually students can find the answers from the net.
Okay, all right. So usually, yes, in many cases, the students can actually, find their answers, on the internet. But I guess when this idea first started, everybody probably have heard of it. This is Salman Khan, right? He now, started a website called Khan Academy. I listed the website. In other words, he started this because he was helping, his relative, a girl in high school, and then there was a lot of math problems, and things like that, and then he started, thinking about, well, maybe we can do it in an unconventional way. How about I give the lecture to the students, and then students would, try to understand what it means, and when students come to the classroom, the teacher will work with the students in the classroom, helping students directly by solving, their problems. So that's one idea. All right. So in the traditional classroom, teacher's role, will be like a sage, on the stage, right? You do the lecture. You are the authority. You are God. But in a flipped classroom, teacher's role will change into a guide, on the side. And then therefore, you have to do a lot of activities, right? What a flipped classroom model does, take a look at this one here. Students watch lectures at home at their own pace, communicating with peers and teachers, via online discussion, and then concept engagement takes place in the classroom, and with the help, of the instructor. Now, I have to say that there is not a real, very rigid, fixed, set of rules about how flipped classroom, should be done. In fact, based on my personal experience, teachers need to be flexible, about how you conduct your flipped classroom. In other words, it's not like you have to do flipped, classroom, on all the subjects or all the courses that you are teaching. Or even within one course, you can say, well, maybe for chapter 5 and 7 and 10, I would like to flip my classroom. But then, for the other courses, for the other chapters, I would, still like to go the conventional way, all right? So now, having said that, let's move down to, this wonderful, very nice text, Bloom's taxonomy, chart, that I found, on the internet. And this is my credits here, right? How many people are aware of Bloom's taxonomy? Raise your hand. Maybe, language teachers are more aware of this, but I'm sure, teachers who were there, in Singapore with me, you remember at least 3 or 4 teachers, right, in their different topics mentioned, Bloom's taxonomy. In other words, you can see this is a pyramid, right? So done in this way, right? This tells you that this is something very basic. So we have remembering, we have understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. What does this tell you? What does this remind you? This is a procedure of learning, right? Different steps of learning, right? There is also the so-called higher order learning and lower order learning, right? If we make our students memorize rules, right? Or rules, different rules, for things that they learn, or they have to do a lot of rote memorization, right? This is a very basic, and it's called lower order, right, thinking, or lower order, learning, learning. And then, we expect that after they try to memorize something, they will move up to, understanding, right? So after they move up to understanding, we expect the learners, to apply what they have understood, right? And hopefully, students will also develop a critical, mind, critical thinking skills, so that they can use what they have learned to, do analysis, to analyze, in a similar situation. And then, of course, we need to raise students' metacognitive awareness, by helping them, evaluate how they have learned, right? This is very important. And of course, right here on the top, always the most important, the gist, it will be creating. So you can see, okay, this is like a process, okay, starting from input and all the way, okay, back to output. Now for language learning, okay, right, this makes sense too. But then I would like all the teachers to think about, okay, right, a specific subject that you are teaching. And then think about, okay, right, is that really, okay, right, do you, okay, right, use this kind of, you know, okay, knowledge, okay, right, absorbing process. All right, put in this so-called flipped classroom model. Let's take a look at traditional model, okay? In the traditional model, you will have a teacher, okay, right, introduce the new materials to the students, right? How do we do that? We give lectures. So we give lectures, the students take notes, they try to understand what the teacher is saying, and then, okay, right, students are responsible for homework, okay, in these levels of understanding. So, for example, okay, right, you are down here, and then you assign some homework to your students. Students go home, right? You are a wonderful teacher. So in your homework, okay, you design specific problems that will guide your students to use what they have learned, and then, okay, put theory into practice, right? Okay. However, now which part do you think is more demanding? Okay, which part is more demanding? Is it this part or is it this part? Obviously, these are the basics, right? But then the more demanding part, okay, right, comes from here. So what have we been doing? We are using lectures to teach, yes, ideas and concepts and theories to our learners. But then we leave them, okay, right, to sink or swim on their own at home, working on, okay, right, a so-called assignment, probably with nobody to talk to. Well, they can also go online, okay, right, to look for answers, right? And also, when we talk about this, the original ideas actually, okay, right, come from working with, say, junior high school students or senior high school students, or even, okay, right, younger learners. Okay, however, taking a flipped model, okay, looking at a classroom from an alternative approach, we see that, okay, we have still, okay, this is what we do, okay, right? New materials is introduced to students outside the class, okay, right, as their homework. So we kind of, okay, right, flip everything upside down. So instead of a teacher teaching, okay, giving lectures, the students will have to, okay, right, do something at home that is, in most cases, listening, okay, right, to a professor's, okay, right, lecture, right? And of course, you can take notes and things that you don't understand. But then, what do we do in the classroom? Okay, rather than having a teacher doing all the lecture to bore your students to death, okay, right? In the classroom, you have students, okay, and the teachers work together during the school day, okay, on these levels of learning, right? So, in other words, these more demanding, more cognitively demanding, okay, processes, okay, will happen and take place in the classroom, so that you will be there to guide your students, and then you can do the homework, okay, you can work on the worksheet, okay, together, and then you also allow students to ask questions, students to do peer, okay, learning, right, and then teachers can also, okay, right, you know, okay, conduct the so-called multiple assessment. So it's not just you assessing your students, but also, okay, right, peer, okay, evaluation and even self-evaluation. So that's something really very important. And then, by the way, okay, there's a new Bloom's technology, okay? I'm using this the old one. All right, so I found something yesterday, okay? Right, here's the website, so you can go and click on it and to get a more detailed, okay, right, information. But basically, they ask these questions when it comes to, okay, conducting a flipped classroom. For example, okay, what is it? All right, I just answered that question, okay, the definition. Okay, of course in the rough way, but that's what it is, okay? How does it work? We also just talk about, okay, how this might work, right? You do things unconventionally, okay? Instead of lecturing, okay, right, you have students listen to the lecture at home and things like that, okay? And who is doing it, right? According to this article that I found, they said that, okay, in many higher education, okay, right, institutes, like many universities, okay, they are now, okay, trying to, you know, okay, adopt this approach. So please think about if is it possible for you, okay, to also conduct a course, okay, like by flipping the classroom, right? This is a good chance for you to find out more. Okay, and why is it significant? There are many, many reasons. Okay, particularly coming from educational backgrounds, how teachers teach the best. Okay, right? And I think more importantly is how learners learn the best. Okay. All right. So what are the downsides? Always, when there are the advantages, right? The bright sides. Okay, right? There has to be the downsides. There can be a lot of downsides. Teachers will tell you, based on their experience sharing. Oh my God, I had to, right, like spend 10 hours, recording my first video, right? I had similar experience, which I will share with you. Okay, and then what are the implications for teaching and learning? I think we will find out these answers. Okay, right? You can do this on your own. Okay, by click on that website, or right, maybe later I will provide some preliminary answers. All right. Now I started flipping one of my courses this semester. The course is called Language Learning Strategies. In other words, students come to this class, to learn about the theories of 语言学习策略, and then because they are English majors, so what do? They also enhance their 4 skills at the same time, because the class is conducted in all English. It's an EMI course, and then we do a lot of activities and things like that. Okay, so I decided to use this course as an example. All right, 3 or 4 weeks, into the semester, I realized that, maybe, right, maybe this whole thing is not what I have expected in the first place. Now, I am not saying that, this is not a successful method, right, for you to adopt. I just wanted to, tell you that my expectation was different, simply because of the nature of my course, and also because of the way that I have been teaching, right, my courses, right? So I will share with you, right, more later. However, a few questions, for teachers to ponder. For example, right, what is the nature of your course, right? I'm a language teacher, right? Is it suitable for me to flip my classroom? Because it seems that I don't really have to explain some very, very, very challenging, difficult concept to my students. Whereas, the other teachers, the professors sitting in this room, whether you are from, right, MBA or statistics, right? There's a lot of a very difficult concept, that you need to, explain to your students. So the nature of your course will help you decide whether it is appropriate for you to flip your classroom. Are you an extremist, for giving lectures? What does this mean? What is extremist? Right? Like a die-hard. Right? Are you a die-hard lecturer? In other words, right? Right? You secure your authority, right, by stepping onto the stage, and then you start, right, your moment. That is it. You do the lecturing, you do the talking, and then your students will sit down there, right, doing the listening. Now, very often we found out that in this kind of a classroom, teaching is taking place, but not learning. Right? Because if you set up a camera, from the back of the classroom, you will see students either, right, working on the cell phone, right, text messaging, right, going online, right, or talking, FB or Twitter with someone, right? So how can learning take place in a situation like that? So I think my colleagues, who were there in Singapore, would agree with me that one of the biggest impact that we had, it's really not about, right, how to use better English to teach. The other day, we were having a 学者专家咨询会议 for 语言中心, and one professor, pointed out something really very interesting. She said that at 成大, 成功大学, at 成大, they have wonderful, the best, the most popular, successful, teacher who has very, very broken English. So the students, I think so highly of this professor and the course, not because of the English skills, right? So exactly how much proportion, okay, do you think English is counted as, okay, important, and English is held responsible, okay, or accountable, okay, for the success of your teaching, right? This is something that we really, okay, need to think about, okay? So if you are the kind of a teacher who always lectures, yes, 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 please consider, okay, flipping your classroom, okay? Unfortunately, I am not. Reflect on your classroom procedures, right? What do you do? Okay, do you only lecture in your class, or do you actually always design different classroom activities to allow students to work in pairs, to work in groups, for discussion or on a task, or even on a final project, right? If you are like that, you are not an extremist, for being a lecturer, then maybe you don't have to flip your classroom, okay? Set up a support mechanism, right? You need to know how to, videotape your lecture, right? You need to, design actually, lots of different activities because the lecture time is going to be replaced, right? By the classroom activities. So think about how important, it is. For you to fill in the classroom time with carefully designed, different type of classroom activities. Okay. Finally, how far are you willing to go, right? So you need to start by learning about what other people have done, and then look at your own situation. Identify the nature of your course, and then make your final decision. All right, based on my personal experience, right? I thought this is a wonderful opportunity, for me to put theory to practice, because right, God knows how much money, the school spend on us, right? So I better make the money, while I work, to make this whole experience worthwhile. So I picked the flipped classroom, as an approach, right, to make some changes, for my classes. In the beginning, I had lots of anxiety, right? I even had agony, right? Basically because of Camtasia. How many people have heard of a Camtasia? It's actually, a recording. It's a recording, right, software, right? Some teachers know that. So you can go and check it out. Later on, I will show you another website, Ye Pingcheng, Professor Ye, from Taida, right? All right, anyway, now, there's a lot of, you have to, spend a lot of the time, doing that. Dealing with low viewing rate. Here comes the point, right? You tell the students, hey, this semester we are flipping the classroom. So work with me, right? You do the listening to the lecture at home, and then the teacher will design different activities. And I even, give incentives like, you don't have to do homework at home, we can do homework together, in the classroom, right? And everybody really was very expecting, but it turns out that, Ray probably, does not upload the lecture on YouTube until like late Saturday night, and the class is scheduled on Monday morning, right? So I have to take responsibility for that, And then the important thing is that I understand it is very important that I need to only record short lectures, right? But you know me, right? I'm a bored teacher, all right? So when I start, I cannot stop. So what happens? Right? Most of my lectures are about 20 minutes. 20 minutes is actually the maximum. It's better that you have 10 to 15 mini lectures, so that students can hold on to their attention span, and then want to listen through the whole lecture. All right, rethinking my teaching as an EFL teacher, and then I realized that way before this flipped classroom idea existed, I was already flipping my classroom. I was already conducting a very communicative approach type of a class. I am a very energetic teacher, and I believe that if I do certain lectures in the classroom, students probably would be more interested in listening to me rather than looking at my PPT slide with a little screen of me and the whole messy bedroom, in my apartment, all right, so I use this word, I finally, I reach my epiphany, right? Epiphany is like, 辛晓琪唱的领悟, that's epiphany, all right, so flipping, in my way as an EFL teacher. So instead of so I was thinking, yes, I can do a recording, have students listen, to my recording. okay? But I actually have been doing something that I really would like to share with my colleagues, okay? It's called raising thought questions, okay, from the students, okay? Where is it? Okay, here, right? So, okay. Okay, so this is my 数位学院, okay? This is the course that I'm teaching, okay? This course has a weekly reading assignment, So I divided the students into 7 groups. We have 21 students, okay? So 7, 21, okay? So I have 7 groups or more, okay? So each group of the students are responsible to raise, okay, thought questions, okay, 2 days before the class. And then, okay, the other classmates have to come and then respond to people's, okay, thought questions. So if you take a look at, okay, right, the slide, the screen here, okay, this is Roy's TQ, that's his thought question. Everything in this color and boldface, okay, come from me, all right? So I have to, okay, read every TQ, provide, okay, short or, okay, longer responses, okay? And I think I did this one too, okay, And I have to, okay, highlight the key point, okay? And then you see, okay, this is Nick. So Nick's response, okay, to Roy's TQ, right? So in other words, I provide a platform on DLC, okay, to allow students, okay, to discuss the issues based on the reading that they did, okay, at home. In other words, isn't this a way of, okay, similar to having students listen to your lecture? Okay, so you start students, okay, by thinking first, right? So this is very important. All right, and then, okay, I would do things like, for example, okay, we use, okay, 12:42分了, okay. So for example, okay, right, I use a lot of TED Talk, right? So one thing that I do, okay, was to, I ask my students to go and recommend, okay, a TED Talk that they have listened to. And then they need to list down, okay, 3 reasons why they think it's a good, okay, TED Talk. So you see, this is, okay, right, Lily, okay, from 法律系, okay, right, 2 years ago. Okay, right, anyway, this is from another course, okay, right? So here's Sheila, okay, right, she's sharing, okay, this wonderful title, okay, called The Power of Introverts in a World That Just Can't Stop Talking, right? So introverts meaning 很内在, 内向的人, right? Most people probably are extroverts. I would say 95% of all teachers are extroverts, maybe, okay, right? So she put down a list of reasons why, okay, she thinks this is a wonderful speech, and she would like to, okay, right, make the recommendation. All right, as you can see here, okay, right, I put down Sheila as 1, okay, I put down Bethany at 2, okay, all the way, okay, to help me keep track, because I have 21 students. So the numbers tell me that, oh, altogether, okay, right, only 14 students have come here to share their ITQ, share their TQ. And then as a follow-up activity, I tell students, you need to come to class, okay, the following week, give a 3-minute speech, okay? And in your 3-minute speech, okay, right, okay, right, talk about why this speech, okay, right, inspires you, right? How would you like to, okay, share your experience, okay, right, with other, okay, right, classmates and things like that, okay? All right, I don't have time to share everything and have to give time, okay, right, for my colleagues, okay? So in other words, okay, I put down certain websites here, okay? This is 叶秉成他们做的翻转教室 at Taiwan. There's a lot of information, okay? So here I was going to say questions, okay, but let's just leave the questions, okay, to the end. And thank you very much. I know you might have some questions. Please note down your questions, and then we can discuss this, okay, right later. Now, okay, allow me to present, okay, my colleague and give the floor, okay, right, to Professor Wu Wenwen. Okay, thank you.